we last left off, we had, or Velphie had just, or it started with Velphie had just calmed the group, or calmed the group of villagers or druids that were obviously upset by the goings on or in the orchard and the wheat field. Is that right? Okay. And Golmek, the leader of the Druid Grove. My brain is just shutting off after every word. Um, spoke to the group about how he is just as afraid as they are about everything that's going on, and that if they have any information to try to help us defeat whatever is going on, to lend it to us. And while he was talking, while he was talking to the crowd, Frederick was the first person to notice that one of the people in the crowd, Oriana, is that the right one? Just kind of looked off, out, just kind of off in her own little world. And I noticed that, or it kind of reminded me of a little bit about my past. And Golmek told us that we could check the infirmary to see the dead bodies that were of the druids that were brought back. None of the order members made it back at all. And so the rest of the party went with Kara, who was the druid that ran the infirmary, to check out the bodies, where they found that some of the bodies had scratch marks, some of the bodies had holes in their head, and I stayed behind with Golmek to keep an eye on Oriana to make sure that everybody was safe, because I didn't feel like it was a good idea to just leave her alone, but I didn't kind of relay that to the group right away. When they came back, Shiela had a moment where she didn't believe that I was telling the truth about my past, because I kind of gave a little bit of information about the past, which was understandable. And we decided to set out to before we set out to the orchard, we wanted to talk to Oriana and pulled her into the kitchen with Golmek. And I talked to Kara about trying to dispel mind control magic. Oriana, as soon as we started talking to Oriana, she attacked Shiela and stabbed her with dagger, which made Golmek bind her to the earth and hold her in place while we tied her up. And then I called Kara in. She attempted to dispel the magic on Oriana, which didn't seem to do anything. Tried it a couple of times, didn't seem to do anything. So we set off to the apple orchard, where we met, where we were greeted by the druids that were there, who we sent on their way to make sure that they weren't getting hurt. And we met some displacer beasts, which did bad things. And then we met a friendly neighborhood mind flayer, which did even worse things. And almost all of us were unconscious. And poor Shiela got left by herself. But luckily, a giant badger came and healed us, which turned out to be Kara, and we were all kind of worried that we were going to be fighting a giant badger. And then that was basically where we ended. We started walking back to lick our wounds after getting beaten up by displacer beasts and a mind flayer.
Yes. And so you guys were heading back to the Druid Grove, the town hall, with Kara, and she looks like an absolute nervous wreck. like doesn't quite understand what happened, but she's there and like just kind of whispering to herself like, what was it? What are we dealing with? What okay, I've got to let Golmac know this is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. And just kind of like murmuring to herself.
I feel like Ruen is just kind of walking and is not quite in the same space as Oriana was. Like, he still has something behind his face, but he's still just kind of like off in his own little world, walking back.
What time is it roughly?
It's starting to get dark. Like, it's a lot later than what you guys normally stay out at.
How far are we from the town hall?
You guys aren't too terribly far. You can see the light blue sphere from where you guys are currently at.
And so I imagine we'll head back and
I mean, we've
decide what we want to do.
We're all quite injured, so getting back and licking wounds, as it were, is probably the best thing right now.
Yeah, we could all use a good night's rest and some food.
And particularly if that thing is still out there. And there's the wheat field as well.
We're gonna need all the strength that we can get.
It's getting dark. We should probably book it a little bit faster. Yeah, there's a lot. And she is just going to start picking up her pace a little bit, and you guys are going to cross the threshold into the barrier. And the barrier is now set up to where it's covering the town hall where everybody is staying. So you guys are seeing little fires outside and little cliques here and there that have started to form. It seems like everybody's a little bit calmer now than what they were, but they're still extremely on edge. Kara is very much like bright smile. Like everything's fine. But very, 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 very nervous as she is going to book it towards town hall.
Yeah,
she's saying everything's fine, and we are walking back into town covered in blood, viscera, and wounds. This is great. We're good.
I mean,
things are great.
We're alive, and they're not. Well, some of them still are.
Some of them aren't.
We be fast and they be slow.
Some of the townsfolk, as you guys start walking into the barrier, do turn their heads and look at you. It's, with it being dark, it just kind of looks like you guys have mud on your face and like clothes and everything. So some of them just kind of go like they're back, they're safe. And that's the kind of like a little bit of relief shows up on their face. A few others that realize what and how, like what it is and how grimy you all are, slowly start to like back away and fiddle with their hands. But the fact that you all came back when other people did not seems to be a little bit of relief to these people.
And we didn't bring back anything like large from any of the beasts that we like, the displacer beasts, right? It was just I grabbed a couple of teeth.
Yep, you grabbed a couple of teeth.
Okay.
I think I grabbed a couple tentacles.
Yeah, I think you grabbed like a tentacle.
But now that you are back in the safety of the sphere, what do you want to do?
I want to go back to Golmac and tell him what we found and what still is out there, as far as we know.
Yes. I agree with Professor. I think Golmac deserves to know what was out there.
Yeah.
And we know if we fight that thing again that we need to not be all in one spot, because that whatever it did, it stunned almost all of us and knocked the professor out. We need to not be all nice and bunched up where it can hit us.
I wonder if Golmac would have any sort of books, or maybe we could read up about these things once we get back to town.
You know, I don't think Professor Edler ever actually saw it. I think I was down the entire time. But I'm assuming it's something.
So I think Velphie would probably, hearing that, would probably take the time to describe what we saw to the professor, just so that way he can have some kind of idea.
Yeah, I guess I was just kind of assuming. It's not like, hey, we won, they're gone. Why does everyone look so nervous?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry. No, everything's good. Like, we're good. Don't worry about it.
So yes, I'm going to describe, because I saw it. And then we all heard it. Well, the ones that were up, right? We all heard it say, "I'm full for today."
It stunned me, so I don't know that I heard. I don't know as I would have. I don't know if I would have heard it, but
I'd
Can
say
we still hear if we're
being
can
stunned?
still
stunned. I feel
hear.
like, yeah.
Yeah, you can still hear. You just can't
I
speak.
Okay.
think I would have heard it since I wasn't stunned. I was so far away. I was outside of the cone.
You all would have heard it. Well, except for Friedrich.
Yeah. Friedrich heard the ground hit him in the face as he fell down.
Mhm.
That's
But so we know that it's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yes.
very well come back. When we don't even know why it left, really.
It's out there
Well, it said it was
and
full.
strong.
Do I know anything about these creatures hearing Velphie's description?
I think you all had come to the realization last session with some checks that you would know that they eat brain matter.
Clearly, it will come after me first. Then.
is the infirmary in the dome, or is that outside of the dome right now?
That
Just
is.
so I know.
We'll say it's inside the
area
dome.
of- Okay.
Yeah, it includes a few buildings right now. So the infirmary, the town hall.
Are we back in the town hall yet?
So you guys make your way back into the town center, and you immediately see Golmack on the left-hand side with Kara, and she is just very animatedly telling him what she knows, which isn't a whole lot. And Golmack's face is just like, this is a lot bigger than he expected to be. But there are a few people who have created bedrolls off to the right-hand side, and they're slowly starting to get ready for bed. Like, this is going to be a camp area where everybody can sleep tonight type of situation, since everybody can't go home and there's not any beds in here. So it just looks like everybody's building a little bedroll, trying to get situated for those that want to go to sleep early.
So I'm going to walk up to Golmack and explain what we saw. How have things been here?
Okay. That's definitely not what we were expecting. I thought that they were extinct. I don't remember mind flayers since they were the horror stories that I was told when I was little. This is strange. Oriana is still out. She's tied up in the back. I don't think anything's gonna happen with that. I've got her locked in there, so.
These attacks, are they only happening at night?
They seem to, from our understanding, be happening in the evening.
I don't want to assume that it's any safer over the course of the next day until we can go back out there.
Do you think we're safe enough here, or do we need to go to the little spot that I have created?
I think we're safe in
do we
the
think?
sphere at this time, because they haven't attacked at night in the sphere, correct?
No. Been outside of it.
I'd say we can't make that decision until we know a little bit more. I don't want to uproot you guys and cause havoc when there may not be a reason to cause it. Personally. Anybody else?
I feel like, especially trying to go anywhere tonight, like trying to get people out, it would lead to who knows what else being out there, taking more people, or
Yeah, I think
anything else.
if we do move, it would have to be during the day.
Okay. So maybe we can start making our way over there tomorrow morning. This makes me nervous of there's a mind flayer in the orchards. What the hell is in the wheat fields?
How far is your safe area from here?
It's not very far. It's right outside the building limits, but it's very tight.
Would you need an escort?
If we're all grouped together, I don't think it'll bother us if we're all here. But it's not too far. Maybe
it's outside of the sphere, though?
We'd have to take the crystals with us to set it up. But this is something I've been working on for years, just in case something goes south.
Have they attacked here yet?
No.
Or is it just out in the fields?
As far as I know. But with how you all are describing it, I'm a little worried that here is next.
It's hard to know for certain. I tend to agree with Shiela that there's no need to cause undue panic if there's no particular reason to feel that you're in any more danger now than you were yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, there are 4 less beasts out there, so
that's a good thing. I'm glad you all came back. You're battered and bruised, but you're back.
Barely, but yes, we came back. Thank you so much for having Kara in this village. She was an absolute lifesaver.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that.
Knowing what is out there, I personally will have a very hard time staying here for long. After we rest, I feel an obligation to go back out as soon as we're ready. It just feels like unfinished business.
Absolutely.
How was Oriana?
She's
any change?
Still tied up in the kitchen. She hasn't really had a change.
Okay.
Very dazed, staring at the ceiling. About all she can do.
Any more outbursts?
No, she's been very quiet. I don't know whether that is because she's running out of time or if that is because she can't move.
Do you have a place for us to rest here? In the building?
In the building, yes. I will say it's no better than what you see everyone else here doing. And you see these cliques of people still like putting their little bedroll together. Some have already crawled in now. It's about all I can do. It's a roof over our heads.
I mean, inside is better than a field.
So, it won't be comfortable, but you all are more than welcome to sleep in here with us. Well, I'll be in our little bedrolls. I can go fetch some if you don't have any.
That seems our best option.
Let's say we have the axe on the steeds, so we have our bedrolls.
Okay.
Would you by chance have any health potions or somewhere that we can purchase supplies in need?
We don't have a whole lot. Health potions isn't really what, we work with, but I'm sure I can rummage up some together.
Okay, that would be very helpful if you could. I appreciate it.
Are you all hungry?
Famished.
Okay. You're gonna see him pull out like a little bowl from his bag, and he's gonna. It's beautiful. It's like gem encrusted. It looks very expensive, and it looks very old. And he's gonna go over to, like this little long table over in the corner, and you're gonna hear him start to mutter some incantations, and you're gonna see this very sunshiny looking light come over the table as he's moving his hands over it, and it's like very elegant. This'll take me about 10 minutes, so if there's anything you all need to do in that time, hopefully this'll help you some.
As he's doing that, I'm going to lean over to Shiela and be like, "Don't steal his bowl."
Okay.
And actually, while he's doing this, you're gonna see the bowl just slowly disintegrate.
Never mind, there's no bowl to steal in the first place.
And you're going to see this table that looks like sunshine is just devouring it slowly start to dim. And all of your favorite foods are now on this table. All of your favorite drinks are on this table. Everything that looks delectable, anything that you've wanted to try, like all of these different kinds of foods that are stuff that you guys don't normally get to eat, and wines and like juices and all
Look,
of this
pre-made fuck-ups.
all of this fancy things start to show up on the table, and Golmack looks exhausted after casting it. It's not much, but this might help for tomorrow.
It's not.
It's
This is what you call
gorgeous.
not much.
It's not- yeah, I'd say this.
This is more than enough.
You had a very
This is
nice
much.
upbringing.
Well,
Thank you.
you've all done more for us than we could ever have hoped for, so it's the least I can do.
Can I examine it? Is it real or is it some type of illusion?
So it is real. Give me an Arcana check.
11.
11.
I'm gonna also make it. Oh well, that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. So, Friedrich, you've heard
Now
of this,
you roll one. I'm kidding.
but you've
Yeah, right.
never seen it. This feast is magical in nature, but it is real. And you would know specifically that there is about an hour to consume whatever you need and whatever you want. Ruen, you would know that he just cast something along the lines of a hero's feast. And this has multiple benefits. It can cure people from all kinds of diseases. You'll become immune to poison and be unfrightened for the next 24 hours. And you will make all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
increases your hit point maximum by 2d10s.
Are we rolling those d10s?
You're gonna
or
roll
are
the
you rolling
d10s.
those?
2d10s.
Let's dig in. I got to write for the prunes
Prunes, yay!
because I'm an old man.
Oh.
Of-
Hams.
of all, yeah, of all the things I thought of for my character, what his favorite food is, I have no idea.
There's chocolate puddings and pies and
Yeah, it's just
oh, It's like Thanksgiving dinner.
Do Werther's originals exist in this world?
You can say there are caramel candies.
You better start buying those and keep them in your pocket.
I was trying to think of like old man candy, like the little strawberries.
The little
The
strawberries in the
strawberry
wrap
candies.
thing.
Bitter drop candies. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Sheila's just gonna load
Yeah.
up on meats and pies and sweets.
And go ahead and roll 2d10, see what your new hit point maximum will be for the next 24 hours.
That's an extra 14 HPs.
Nice.
Peter could go right for the sweet.
An extra 13.
Solid. Okay. So what is that?
2d10?
2d10.
Override max HP. So my
18. The zero is 10, right?
Yep.
18. Cool.
Hmm.
Numbers 36. 54? No way.
override max HP. I like that button.
So this will allow you to override your max HP for the next 24 hours, and then it'll go back to whatever you had previously. But also, you're immune to poison and being frightened. And you get advantage on wisdom saving throws. And you're going to notice he kind of nudges Kara and points her to it too. Oh, I'm included. And you're just going to see her going for salads and fruits and vegetables. She stays away from the meat, but all the fruits and vegetables is what she goes for. But y'all will notice Golmac looks really tired after casting that. I am gonna go to sleep. Please enjoy your meal, and I will see you all in the morning.
Thank you, Colmac. Good night.
Thank you for your generosity.
Yes,
course.
it's very much appreciated.
Of course. And you're gonna see this purple older furbolg kind of old man walk away, find him a little bedroll that he's kind of gotten at the front of the town center, and he's got this he's got a little yellow duck squishy that he keeps. And it's next to his bedroll, and he's just gonna curl up in it. It almost looks like he doesn't quite fit into his bedroll.
Yola, don't steal that either.
It wouldn't. It's cute.
But he's got his little yellow duck, and he's just very tightly holding on to it.
I love that.
Friedrich doesn't know a lot about this food. He didn't hear what Ruen knows. So he's going to start pocketing cakes and little things like that for later. Thinking he'll be set for a while.
And
Ruen,
Ruin's
don't
gonna,
ruin this for him.
Well, no, I'm gonna look over at him and just kind of chuckle to myself.
There's so much here. It will go to waste if we don't preserve it in some way. They won't miss it. Wrapping it in a handkerchief.
But as you guys are finishing your meal, after an hour, you see the sunlight show back up, envelop the table, and then when it goes away, all of the food is gone. All of the drinks are gone.
Mm.
But you still feel full.
That was a wonderful feast. But
Very delicious.
now I have a hard time not thinking about what awaits us out there.
I can't stop thinking about that mind flayer and how easily it just incapacitated us.
And does it have... Was it working with those beasts? Is this some sort of concentrated effort? I can't help but think it might be. But they seem like feral beasts, but still.
The last thing I remember before I got hit by whatever it used was it hit everybody. It did not think about
It didn't hit me. I was
Protecting-
out of range. Oh, sorry.
But it did not try to avoid hitting the beasts. Like, it just hit everything that was in front of it. Except for Shiela.
I was hiding. You zapped me back there, but like, okay. Which I appreciate, by the way. Thank you for that. Real friend move. Amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about mind flares or those beasts that we encountered. The only thing I think of is maybe stories, like he was saying maybe we could hear those stories and maybe learn something.
Possible. It's possible that we can ask Golmack in the morning to share what he knows about him, but I mean, it kind of seems like he said that he thought they were extinct, so there may not be a lot of information available.
Or not reliable if it's all based on children's tales.
Rather have some information than none.
Well, we know not to stand in a group.
Rude.
We know it's not friendly.
Do you guys want to get some sleep and I'll take first watch, kind of make sure that everything goes smoothly in the hall?
Oh yeah, because we should at least keep an eye towards where Oriana was or is, just in case.
I want to make sure that these people feel safe.
That
Yeah,
sounds
and I
good.
can take second.
Sounds good. Is there like a window near like the front door that Shiela can like kind of perch herself in?
Yeah, there's a lot of windows. I wouldn't necessarily say that there's like perching like spots, but it'd be very easy to bring up a chair and pull it to the window. People are starting to slowly make their way in and heading to a bedroll, or there are a few outside that don't like how crowded it is that are sleeping next to the fire pits and their little bedrolls on the ground. But like everybody does have some kind of like clique going on, like where these little groups are getting together where they feel the safest and trying to stay near each other. There are some like younger, there's not really any kids here, but there's a few like late teens that are just like, you see like a whole group of them like cuddled together because they're all really, really nervous. And some adults are still like in their bedrolls, like whispering to each other. So you hear a lot of that, but for the most part, you just see people like trying to huddle in where they feel safest. But if you're on guard for the night, give me a perception check to see if you see anything else.
I rolled a 13.
13. You hear some people muttering in their sleep. You hear a few people crying in their sleep. You hear a few snores. Yeah, you see the fire flickering outside the window, but you don't see anything of note. But while this is happening, Velphie, and while you're sleeping in your dreams, you start to get the visual of your old bedroom and what it looked like when you were about 16 years of age. Very cozy, it's very warm, and you hear muffled whispers from Lorelei and Karis outside of your bedroom door.
Okay. So I think, being as inquisitive as Velphie is, she would creep towards the door to try to get a better idea of what they're saying.
Give me a perception check.
Shit. 10.
10. So as you're getting older, you kind of learn where the squeaks are in your room, and you're able to get your ear to the door to try and listen to him. And you can't make out much. But you hear Lorelei mention the name Gibby.
Okay.
And you hear like a mixture of muffles. And she's talking about, I want to find out what's out there. This doesn't seem right. And you hear chorus, muffled bits and pieces. But it sounds like he's saying, let it lie. And then she goes back into, again, just bits and pieces. What, like, you get the idea she's saying, what if it's not safe here? And then chorus, bits and pieces that you're able to put together. If we go through with this, we're going to end up in trouble. And then again, bits and pieces from Lorelei. But there are others. You heard, Gibby. There are others. And then, like, it's almost like their voices get even quieter. And you will know that this is a memory, but just one that you haven't thought of in a very long time, especially after what happened to the both of them. And it didn't make sense. So you haven't thought of it since.
Okay.
And the room is slowly gonna fade as you still have your ear pressed to this door. And everything goes black. With that, it's the end of Watch. What are you doing, Shiela?
I'm going to walk over and kind of see if the professor's in a very deep sleep, because he may need to sleep longer. Gently tap him on the shoulder.
Oh. Good
Professor,
morning.
good morning. It's been about 4 hours. Do you want to switch, or do you want me to continue watch?
Oh no, I am ready. I am ready.
Okay. Quiet evening. I didn't notice anything. People are scared, so you'll hear some crying, but very uneventful.
Thank you. Rest well.
Thank you. And I'm gonna just lay down on the pillow or on the bed and just conk out.
As soon as I see Sheila go to sleep, I just look and make sure everyone else is asleep. And then I sort of happily reach into my jacket pocket and pull out this balled up handkerchief. And I open it up, and what do I find inside?
Nothing.
No one can see it, but I'm devastated, and it shows on my face.
There's not even crumbs.
Does it still smell like cake?
It does not.
I weep
Ooh,
into
didn't
my
even get the cake
handkerchief.
smell.
Roll me a perception check on your watch.
I think it said roll me a cry check.
Perception
Performance check.
Roll me a charisma saving throw.
Crying is a free
How
action.
How ugly are you crying?
Oh, my perception. Ugh. 4.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Same thing pretty much Sheila saw. Everybody's nervous. you kind of get distracted with the person to your right who is snoring and making like a noise when he snores. And you cannot let that go.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and go
Okay.
over and flick his nose.
Okay. So your mage hand, the skeletal purple hand, right?
Exactly.
It's not invisible,
Oh
right?
God!
No, it's not invisible. And it has a range of 30 feet, so I'm assuming I'm close enough.
You're close enough. You flick his nose. And this poor little being, his eyes like widen very quickly. And he just sees a purple hand over his head.
Oh no, I wanna dispel it as soon as I flick him.
All right. So you dispel it, and he still sees a little bit of purple. And you'll see him start slapping his face like he doesn't understand what's going on. And he's going to shoot up out of bed, and he's just going to stand up for a second, and he's looking around, and he's going to see you. Did you see it?
It was the biggest housefly I've ever seen, but I think you got it.
God, why is that on me? And he's like trying to be quiet, but you'll notice a couple of the other people around him like wake up too, and they look at him, and one of them is really pissed off. And she looks at him. Will you please shut the fuck up already? You never shut up. Just shut up. And he's still like swatting his nose, and she is pissed, and he's just like, you're a mean son of a bitch, you know that? And like they're just bickering back and forth at each other.
Did Friedrich
Are they
just
a married
cause
couple?
a divorce argument in the middle of the...
If you want to see if they're married, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Hey, 17.
They are married. And this is not the first time that he has woken her up over seeing something like this, and she just wanted to have a good night's rest, because you'll notice they're in a bedroll for two. And they finally slowly start to get back in the bed. I love you. I love you too, but will you please just shut the fuck up? And she's just gonna roll over, and they slowly go back to sleep after you flicked his nose.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand again to squeeze her nose. Just kidding, no. I'm gonna pinch her nose and twist it.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand and put it over their mouth and just be like, nope. Sleep.
Are you really want to do that or no?
No, I'm not gonna mess with him anymore. She was just very mean to him, but he shouldn't have snored. So
Sheila steals. Friedrich ruins relationships. We got a good thing going.
I was just hoping for a little peace and quiet, but I have no other devious desires on my watch.
All right, so your watch ends. Everybody has a long rest, and everybody is now leveled up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's go. So as you guys are waking up, you will notice Kara is already up. A few of the other druids are too, but they're just kind of sitting on their bedrolls. And Kara is going to come up to you all. So, today is going to be a day, I'm assuming. Oh, I know you called for me yesterday. Do you want me to go with you?
I'm not opposed to it. I mean, we really don't know what is out there. As long as you don't think your absence will jeopardize the safety of the town here.
I don't think my absence will bother anyone here. I think everybody's going to stay in this building with Golmac. And if y'all can use my abilities elsewhere, then maybe that's a good thing.
I think after that I'm so sorry, pardon my language, ass whooping that we had, it would be in our best interest and a higher chance of success.
I agree. I don't want anyone hurt, so if I can be of any assistance. And I rolled for it. Ruen, would you like to control her character sheet?
Sure.
Ooh.
Were there any bodies found in the wheat fields like there were in the orchards?
You mean from the infirmary yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all looked at the 2
Okay.
yesterday.
The 2. I'm so sorry. There was just so much that
No,
happened. I want to...
You're fine. We think one was stabbed repeatedly and the other one looked like they had rotted.
Remember that now. Very odd wounds. But we've seen what was in the orchard. So,
And those displacers could have done those stab wounds.
I don't know. Were they very clean wounds? I feel like they were very clean, like, looked like a tool or a weapon.
So you, Friedrich, you would remember that it looked like short sword stabs in one of them.
Oh, I have it written down that way too.
But honestly,
Did-
I don't know
did-
what to expect.
Did Oriana carry any Wait, no, that was over in the wheat field. Never mind. The stabbing victims were from the wheat field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so that's it. That could be a different thing. I don't know.
The way it's been described, they are 2 different situations.
Should we go to the wheat field or should we go back to the orchard?
Well, what makes you want to go back to the orchard?
It feels unfinished. That
And-
thing is still out there somewhere.
And Oriana is still presumably under its control. I can't leave her under its control.
And I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know much of magic is proximity based. So I am going to guess that it's not far away.
All right. I don't see any problem with going back to the apple orchards.
I'm okay with that as well, as long as you guys sit down and listen to this very motivational speech that I wrote right before I went to bed after our endeavors in the orchard field. So, fellow Order members and Kara, today we may face darkness and uncertainty, but together we are a force to be reckoned with. Let doubt be banished and hope ignite our hearts, for together we'll craft this epic tale of bravery and valor and destroy whatever is in those orchard fields. We fight for glory alone, not for glory alone, but to inspire the world with heroism. So onward, my friends. Onward, and we will achieve victory. Thank you.
Huzzah!
Here, here.
So that is, I think,
Isn't she
what
great,
is that?
Kara?
that is now 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
That might be the most inspired I've ever felt.
She inspired our pants right off. Got to pull them back up. So to the orchards?
Let us be off. Let's waste no time because I feel that it's still out there and I don't like that it is still out there. And I'm a little bit angry.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys are making your way back to the orchard field?
Let's do it.
Yes.
When we get just towards the orchard field, just outside of town, I want to activate my staff of Python and get Monty a little bit ahead of us, potentially, and see if the professor wants to stand on his head and see if he can see higher up.
Stand on whose head?
Monty, my Python?
Stand on his head.
Monty Python.
Yeah.
Is it a big python?
He stands. Oh, it doesn't say. It's a fairly big python. Let me pull up a giant constrictor snake. It doesn't say how big he is.
He's technically
But I
a
know-
huge beast.
He's huge.
I mean, if I've never climbed on a snake before,
Well, he
But-
can lay
You can
down.
climb a
then.
tree, you
it's
can
a
climb a
first
snake.
from anything. I mean, it's pretty much a bendy tree, right?
Or I can. Whatever you guys are comfortable with. I just figured giving us that height advantage would be nice.
I will straddle Monty. I'll straddle the snake and
A big
Sort of.
anaconda.
pet
Sorry.
it and say, good snake. And then see what happens because I can't control this thing and I don't think I can speak to it.
Yeah, you're just gonna hear that. No, I can't do it. The hissing noise.
I'm a snake.
Thanks.
And then, because I can command Monty.
hmm
Do I need to make an animal handling check since he does have a passenger?
Since this is from your staff specifically, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
You just tell it what to do, and then
Monty?
Friedrich, give me a dexterity check, like an acrobatics, to make sure that you can stay on.
Acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
Acrobatics. Okay. Natural 20.
Yeah.
It's not the first snake I've ridden.
Oh,
That sounded wrong. I'm sorry.
that definitely did.
All right.
Monty, please lift the professor up so we can see as far over the orchard as possible. We need to see what we can, see if we can see the mind flare or anything suspicious.
Give me a perception check, Friedrich, since you're at the top, and you can give it to me at advantage.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, at advantage. Cool.
Since you were being helped by Monty.
19.
19. So you're looking around this orchard and you don't see anything quite yet that stands out. It's almost like it's not here. But with a 19, you see very large footprints going towards the north.
What's to the north?
So the north is more fields and also getting closer to the river.
But not the wheat field?
It's not headed to the wheat field.
How large? Like a big human or
Give me an investigation check.
investigation? Oh, 6.
It's larger than a human, but you don't know what it is. But it's not human.
There's a big footprint here. Multiple footprints, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Can
what
you
it
point
is.
the direction? You can ride Monty there if you would like, and we can follow.
Do I? But I don't see the creature, do I? Whatever left these things?
Mm.
I'm assuming it would be obvious if it's that big.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Whatever it is not here anymore. I don't know if it's a threat or anything. I don't know if it's what we're looking for, but I don't know what we're looking for besides that thing we fought yesterday.
Hera, with that size of the footprint, is there anything in the orchards that you could think that would supposed to be there?
Not that's supposed to be here.
Okay.
That, looks a little ominous.
Ever seen anything like it before?
Not here.
Where have you seen it?
I should have said not anywhere, but definitely not here. But that is pretty big. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind.
What do we want to do? What do we think? I'm not in, no pun intended. Well, actually, pun definitely intended. I'm not looking to go wake snakes, but if this is the thing that is threatening, then we should pursue it.
I mean, if it comes out at night, that means conceivably it's resting right now.
We didn't see any victims crushed or trampled or anything.
Not from the infirmary, no.
I don't think this is our
This isn't
target.
our... Okay.
I don't see anything else in the wheat field.
You do not see anything else in the wheat field. You see some of the displacer beast paws, like paw prints, and they are going in the same direction.
There's displacer beast prints in the same direction. But as far as we know, we killed everyone that attacked us, right?
Are we in the orchard or in the wheat field?
You're
Sorry.
in the orchard.
Yeah.
Orchard. Okay.
Okay. But he can kind of see over towards the wheat field. Is that what is that? Okay.
But this is an entirely different direction, I think.
Yeah, y'all are
okay.
on the opposite end of this little island. The wheat field is clear on the other side.
Okay.
But Ruen, with what you have experienced, mind flayers can dominate things.
Oriana I would kind of, in a sort of haze, just say Oriana might not be the only thing under its control.
You think it's controlling that monstrosity that left the footprint?
What little I know is that they have ways of dominating anything that has a mind.
If you
anything.
kill the mind flayer, does it break the bond? I'm assuming yes. But
should I roll an Arcana check? Because I'm not 100%. Like, I don't know if Ruen would be 100% sure.
I would say Ruen doesn't quite know, because as far as Ruen knows, what happened to you, that mind flayer's still out there.
I don't know. I mean, I can only assume that spells take concentration. If its concentration is broken, then maybe, but I don't. That's beyond my expertise.
There's so many things we don't know.
There definitely is.
Would our handler at the Order potentially know anything? Or can get us information?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if
don't-
he
Let's
would
just-
give us any information anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover my
Because,
pin
I mean-
lightly and just say I'm not too keen on our new handler.
I would I would say the same thing and not cover my pin in the slightest.
Okay. So we don't want to reach out to them just yet.
I'm almost inclined to
I
check
mean-
the wheat field first. I don't know. It's very different from what we saw yesterday.
I'm curious if there's something in the wheat field, if the mind flayer is tied to the thing in the wheat field.
Should we go check out the wheat fields?
The wheat field would take us a little while to get over there. We'd probably lose daylight by then.
So we might want to continue here and I mean, because then if we're going back and going to the wheat field, we're kind of defeating the purpose of getting out here early, right? Because we're using a lot of time.
But if none of the victims recently were victims of this thing, I mean, we could be out here all day trying to exterminate whatever might be out here. And there is seemingly no end to it.
But we know that they were also attacked in the wheat fields.
We know that something attacked in the wheat field, but we don't know what that is at all.
Do we know, all conjecture here, if you attack something that's being dominated by this thing, does it know? Does it get its attention in some way? Could you draw it out like that? I guess it's all a guess at this point.
I mean, there's always a possibility, but it's early in the day. What if whatever it's controlling is near it?
Yeah, if you're controlling a big beast, you'd probably want to keep it near you to keep you protected. If it's a single mind flayer out here, it would want to control as many big angry things as possible.
So should
'Cause
we
they-
follow the footprints?
It's our only lead.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we've got.
Onward,
All right.
snake friend.
Monty, follow the footprints.
So as you guys start to follow the footprints, the orchard
Monty,
starts...
go be a python.
The orchard starts to spread out. Like it's like you're getting out of the orchard and going a little further. You will notice that on this side of the orchard there are more dead trees. You start to hear the rushing of water. So you guys know you are getting close to where the river is. The dead trees start to speak out to you a lot. You give me a perception check. Everybody. Friedrich, since you're on Monty, give me at advantage, please.
Am
I
I
got a
rolling
14.
for Kara as
14.
well?
Yeah,
Or-
go ahead.
14.
Okay, so this
14.
is Kara.
Wow, we all
I
rolled
have to-
14s.
I have to brain. Kara's perception is an 11. I'm gonna roll for Ruen. Ruen is, I think, a 11. Yep.
And what'd you get, Velphie?
14.
14. Oh, okay. Everybody got 14.
Three 14s and a couple of 11s.
11, you don't see anything. 14, though, you see a bloodied mess not too far in front of you. Looks humanoid. Looks like it's been crushed.
Same direction as the prince.
Mm-hmm. And the attire seems familiar.
Do we see an order pin?
You would have to get closer.
I would want to slither over, but I'm not actually controlling my ride right now.
Where would you like to go, Professor?
Do you see that mass out there? Whatever it
Monty?
may be.
And
Get him as close as you can to that mass.
can I just keep an eye towards the water? Because I remember when we were coming in, or Ruen remembers when we were coming in that there was something in the. Somebody said there was something in the water.
Yeah, give me a perception check. And with being told to move, Monty's going to start to slowly slither over to where this bloodied, mangled mass of a person is.
It's 22.
22. Nothing stands out right now. You're not necessarily close enough to the river. You actually can't see the water. You can only hear it. But it's almost like the land is straight and then falls off.
And then drops off.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
What you doing, Friedrich?
I want to look at whatever this deceased person is.
Are you staying on Monty or are you getting off?
I'll hop down off of Monty so I can get a close look.
Give me an investigation check.
May I also follow the professor and investigate as well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
use
know,
my
Can I-
point of
you know what I realized we
inspiration.
never. You know what I realized we never did. We never talked to Golmek about getting extra potions.
Oh
Whoops.
yeah.
I will say
Son of a
you
bitch.
each have a potion in your bags.
I have
Oh,
one. If
thank
you
you.
want, yeah. Ooh,
I rolled
I'm glad
a
I used that
16 on my
inspiration.
investigation.
Okay, so
Okay,
all of you are
so-
going to this body then? Or just Sheila and Ruen? Or Sheila, blah, 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 or just Friedrich and Velphie?
Sheila's going because my snake went that way.
Okay.
I would be following like 60 to 80 feet back, but keeping my eyes toward the water, toward like the kind of water or the cliff side, I guess, just
Okay.
in case.
So Sheila got a 14. Is that what I heard?
16.
16.
I got a 7.
7.
22.
22. So with a 7, Velphie doesn't see anything. It just looks like this person is a mangled mess. You see like clumps of flesh and bone, and it's pretty gruesome. You get like a very dready feeling looking at this. Sheila, you will notice that this person had blonde hair, seems to be elvish, is wearing the attire of an order member. And Friedrich, you'll find the pin.
Do all pins look the same?
All pins look the same.
So there's nowhere to tell what pin belonged to what person.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's attached to that person's handler.
So it's a dead elvish woman?
It's a dead elvish man.
Man, sorry. I'm gonna tap the pin.
No response.
I'm gonna blow on it. Rub it on my jacket. Tap it again.
You hear like static. Like a crackling noise from it.
I'm gonna pocket it.
Do we see any like packs or belongings?
Before that, give me an perception. Give me a perception check with that. Friedrich, give me an investigation check on the pin if you would like.
Dirty 20.
Well, you know that pins check your vitals. This person is dead. You get the idea that this could have possibly turned the pen off.
So because the person died, the pin died with him?
Possibly.
I mean, that I get that that would be a way to make sure nobody comes back with a pin and gets into the...
Right. No way it comes across.
And with the, what did you get for your perception?
A 2.
A 2. Nothing stands
I
out.
perceive there's a body.
Yep, there's a body on the ground. It's pretty bad.
Is the body in a state like completely torn apart? Like there's no real semblance of how to tell what they looked like, or
Base is caved in. The only thing you can really get a glimpse of is the ears and the hair color, but even the hair is so red from like almost, it looks like this body is contorted. It's not just laying flat, like bones are broken, and it looks like a pretzel.
Is it the only body here?
It is the only body you see right now.
Can I tell? Does it look recent? Does it look fresh?
It looks like it's been here for a little while. Not a long time. This looks like this could be the group that went before you.
Well, we have a dead compatriot here. Another member of our order. Likely not out here alone. But likely killed by whatever this giant thing is.
Kara's gonna, like, her face is just white. Like, all of the blood is just, like, rushed. She's super, super, super pale. She's gonna look at Ruen really fast. This isn't going to be a good fight, is it?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not, judging by the state of the body over there.
Do you still have that stone I gave you?
Yes.
If this goes poorly, will you give that to my sister, please? She's in Sydonea.
What's her name?
Fauna.
We all hear that?
You all hear that?
Did you say Vana?
Yes.
When's the last time you spoke to Vana?
It's been about 15 years or so.
There's a bit of history there.
I wanted to stay here, and she wanted to make a difference. So I was hoping that I could eventually meet an order member to give her the stone.
Well, when we're successful, maybe we won't have to.
Okay. Okay.
Can Shiela, so we're right at the...
Ruen is glad that other people talked, so he can just kind of stand there and be like...
Awkward. She's gonna perceive it. Oh. So are we basically at like a cliffside?
Yes.
Okay. Can I walk to the left to see if I can potentially find the other bodies? I'm gonna leave Monty with the others, just in case.
Give me a perception check as you're walking to the left.
Perception 19.
19. As you're starting to walk over there, you notice 3 figures together. And they are not human. And as
Like
you're
alive?
they are alive.
Oh.
And as you're walking towards, you're going to hear in your head, you decided to come back. Thought after I told you I was full, you would have stayed away. And I need y'all to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Nickel bomb.
Right in the schnickelbum.
But with that, Velphie, you are first. What would you like to do?
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is move 30 feet,
Okay.
which I guess would put me there. Sure. Is that I was here, right?
I believe so.
Yes. Okay. And that is actually going to be my turn because I'm not in range for anything else.
You can hold an action, or you could dash as your action, if you would like to.
Dash is an extra 30 feet.
Dash is an extra 30 feet, but that does take the rest of your action. Or you could stay there and hold an action and just tell me what you would like to do if a certain scenario pops up. So you can choose either one of those, or you can call it your turn, whatever you want to do.
I guess. No, it's not gonna work. I guess if someone enters 30 feet within 30 feet of me, I would like to hold vicious mockery.
Okay. Sounds good. Holding vicious mockery. Awesome. Ruen, you're up.
Yeah.
I am just measuring. I'm going to go right there. Okay, so right there. I'm gonna move me right there. I think that's where I said was right. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that was 30 feet and I'm not sneaking
No, you're good.
a square. And more measuring because I have to. So I can see the mind flayer from where I'm at, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Because 120 foot range.
Ooh.
One of them is a dirty 20.
Okay.
The other one, I'm going to assume misses because that turns into like a 12.
Yes. So the 20 hits, the 12 misses.
Okay. So it's D10. Make sure I'm doing this because keeping track of my stuff and another character is gonna take my brain, but that's fine. Oh, and it would be a no, it was a 20. Yep. Hey, and I know how to math. 11 force damage.
11 force. Alrighty. So you're gonna see this Eldritch Blast come from Ruen, and it's going to hit the Mind Flayer in his chest. And it's the same Mind Flayer you got a very brief glimpse of earlier the day before. And Friedrich, this will be your first time actually seeing it, but it is clothed in robes and its tentacles are coming from its face. It's got a long slit right in the middle of its face. It looks like it would be perfect for devouring a brain. And you're just going to see it, like its shoulders kind of like cackle. Like they're just going to move up and down. And in your head, Ruen, you're going to hear, "Ah, to you again, boy." And then it's actually its turn. So it's going to use its turn to... You hit it. So it's going to start dashing. And... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 55, 60. So it's slowly going to start getting closer. And that is going to be its turn. I think. Hold on one second. Well, yeah, that's going to be its turn because it dashed. All right, so that is its turn. And there are two other things back there. One is this like sea green looking thing. It's humanoid, but it looks like its back is hunched and it's got claws and it walks like a humanoid on all fours. Very eerie, very, very creepy. And it's just got these pointed ears, this pointed chin, and these sharp teeth. And then the other thing is this huge monstrosity that looks dumber than a box of rocks. And its like whole face is just contorted. You see these large teeth sticking out. And it just, you just hear it go at you like as soon as like all this started. And with that, it is now Sheila's go.
Just random question. Did anything happen to the things after I hit the mind flare?
No.
Okay. So they're just completely in its control, not a...
Yeah, nothing happened.
Not a just simple...
Okay. Sheila's going to move as soon as I can click on it. The full 30 feet, we're going to go right there. And that should be, how far am I from this bad boy? Okay, perfect. I'm going to cast Firebolt at it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Move, minimize screens. Roll to hit. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit. It just misses.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to move Monty
Okay.
right behind because he's got how much movement? 30 feet? Oh, that was 5.
Yep, 30
Right
feet.
there. So we're going to keep him right there, kind of close to Ruen.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that is it.
Cool. Friedrich, you're up.
Never mind. I want to move out of the corner I'm in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About right here.
Okay.
I'm going to use my action to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to yell, if you're looking for brains, you'll get no such pleasure from us. And that'll be my turn.
When you yell that, the Mind Flayer is going to kind of turn its head towards you. So you think you're the smart one. And then he's going to go right back to staring at Ruen. And with that, it's this this lime green, or not lime green, but like the seafoam looking green thing. And it is going to take its action and dash towards everybody, because everybody seems to be way further than it is. And it is going to stand right in front of the Mind Flayer. And that is going to be its turn. And then next up is this big oaf of an ogre. And it's just seeing all of its friends run in, so it's going to do the exact same thing. And it's going to get right up to Shiela, but it can't do anything for the rest of its turn. With that, Kara is up.
Okay.
Does that count as 30 feet?
It does. You want to hit it with a Vicious Mockery?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Mock the hell out of it.
And
All
let's
right,
see. What is it going to
so-
make on its... Is it a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save.
It's a -2. 11. It fails.
Fails. Alrighty.
Get
That
mocked.
is 1 point of psychic damage.
Nice. And remind me, is it only disadvantage against you or disadvantage against everything?
Disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Sounds good. And with that, it's Kara's turn.
Kara is going to I think right out of the gate go for a big thing, because there's lots of big things around, and So she's gonna call lightning
Okay.
on the green thing and the mind flayer because they're the two that are within 10 feet of each other.
All right. And remind me, what does that save?
Oh, it's a 60-foot radius. Never mind. So did plenty of. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder, 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius, centered on the point directly above me. But it's 120-foot range. And they have to make a dexterity save. And they take 3d10 or half on a failed save.
All right. I think the green thing failed with a 7. And the mind flayer got an 18.
Well, the 18 definitely passes, but let me hold on. I gotta read because there was more to that spell, and I just read it and saw it did a lot of damage and decided that was a good idea. So I should probably finish reading.
I think if it's like Baldur's Gate, you can use a action to bring it down without another spell slot.
Right. If you're outdoors, okay. So, is it clear weather outside?
Overcast, but
Overcast. Okay. It just says if you're outdoors in stormy conditions when you cast this spell, the spell gives you control over existing storm instead of creating a new one.
okay, yeah, there's not a storm going on right now.
Okay. I just making sure before I rolled damage. So that is 13, 16 damage or 8 if it passed.
Cool. So yeah, this lightning is just going to come from the storm that's on top of Ruen and like just strike at these two. And the green thing takes it in full. And you can see like a little singed spot on its fur. And the mind flayer just takes it and just stares directly at Ruen.
Ooh.
And with
Ruen
that, or not Ruen,
Ruen is super
Kara.
happy about that.
Technically,
Kara's
Kara.
going to. Kara, I think, is actually going to move back
Okay.
a step. Just well, actually, I should probably just do a little bit of measuring, just in case. Yeah, actually, probably gonna move now. I'm changing my mind. She's gonna move up here instead. Just over here. Over here. We're done. Okay, good.
Alrighty. With that, it's Velphie's turn. What is Velphie doing?
Okay, so Velphie is going to move. She's going to move here. I believe that was 30,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. And then from here, she is going to cast Bane. So that is up to 3 creatures
Mm-hmm.
of my choice, which is obviously all 3 of them. I'm assuming I can see all 3.
You can see all 3.
Yeah. Okay, so they need to make a save of a 16 charisma.
16 charisma. All right. Let's see. The mind flayer got a 16. So meets it, beats it. But the ogre got a 12. And the the little green thing got a 2. So both the ogre and the green thing are baned.
Okay. So they need to roll d4 and subtract that number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw
Perfect.
for up to a minute.
Sounds good. Anything else you like to do on your turn?
That's it.
Alrighty. With that, Ruen is up and the mind flayer on deck.
Okay. Ruen is thinking and doing the brain things. I don't want to move closer to it without needing to, just because. So I think I'm going to cast Hex on the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
And I have to give it disadvantage on a save of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
It's ability checks, not saves.
Okay.
So, what ability check would be? What is concentration? Is concentration wisdom?
I actually
Concentration
do
check,
not
yeah.
know.
Can't remember what a concentration check is. I think it's wisdom.
Concentration isn't it Constitution?
I thought so.
Oh,
I think it's a con save. But
yeah,
I
it
could
is.
be wrong.
Yeah, it's a
Constitution save is a yep.
So, Constitution, I guess.
Okay.
It'll have disadvantage on Constitution checks.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast at it again, because...
So unless you move, you can only hit the green thing, because the green thing is right in front of it.
Oh, well, then. If I move... Oh, I have to go over here, because there's two... If I move... if I go, like, straight this way... Would I have an angle on it? Or would I need... well...
It's still being covered, so it would have a little bit of a higher
I
DC.
see. I mean, I'll still try to go... I'll try to go around it and go around... Okay, so is it giving it cover just so I'm not mechanically...
it's covering it.
I know. Okay. So it would just... Whatever I'm or whatever its AC is, it would be higher than...
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're... Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go for... Because in Ruen's... In my mind, that thing is the thing that needs to die. I don't want to... I'm going to use an inspiration because one of those was a natural one.
Okay.
A 19 is one of them,
Okay.
and a 20, and the dirtiest of 20s.
Yeah, both of those will hit.
Okay. So it's 2d10 and 2d6 because of hex. Well, the hex damage. Oh man, hello. I actually rolled pretty decent. So that is 16, 21 plus something, because math is a thing that we used at playing D&D. 29 damage total.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt. So it's just going to, since it's now its turn.
Well, hey, hold on. I'm gonna back up a little bit,
Okay.
because if it's gonna come after me, I'm gonna make it move for it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna attempt to take a little bit of cover in this tree over here.
Okay.
Like, just not climbing into the tree, obviously, but trying to, like, give myself a little space.
Alrighty.
Now it can do whatever it's gonna do.
So it's just going to stare in your direction. How about I make you feel exactly how you felt the last time I saw you? And it's going to move down here to Velphie. And it's going to cast Mind Blast. Or not cast Mind Blast, but Mind Blast Velphie. Velphie, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, gosh. It's the one I have -2 in.
Which is
6.
odd because
A 6.
Yeah.
You were going to take 19 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Specifically, psychic damage. And you are now stunned.
Okay.
And it's going to move right there. And you are currently stunned, meaning you cannot take any actions on your turn. And this mind flayer is just looking at you, Ruen. And it almost looks like its face is slightly grinning. And with that, it is Sheila's turn.
Okay, so Shiela is then going to plan B. I know opportunity of attack is going to happen, but I'm going to try to move away.
Okay. And opportunity of attack will take place. And he is going to try to hit you with his great club. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
16 hits. You will take...
Doesn't he have disadvantage on the...
Oh, yeah. So that would have been a
From Vicious
16.
Mockery?
Yeah.
The 1d4.
Thanks, Velvet.
That's true. And Bane.
and Bane.
Bane,
Ooh.
yeah.
And that is a nat 1. So
Swing and a miss.
that is going to miss. And he's actually going to swing so hard that he turns around and hits himself with his club. And he's going to take 13 points.
Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, so his club is just going to go wide, and he's going to bring it around, and he's going to, like, hit the back of his head with it. He thought you were a little bit taller, and he's just going to, like, roar because he feels real dumb right now because his intelligence is extremely low, and he doesn't understand why that hurt when you ran away.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back all the way back here. And I want to cast. So this is where things are going to get real chaotic here.
Okay.
I want to cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
So let's roll the hit. Nat 20.
Nice. Let's go.
Okay, this is at first level, by
At
the
first level.
way. And then effect. So this is where it always gets me. Okay, so for the effect, you're hurling an chaotic energy at one creature, make a ranged spell, 2 on target hit. So I think I choose one of the D8 numbers. So I got a 2, 2, 1, and 2.
I think you roll 2d8 and pick one of them.
Yeah.
So let's roll. So we're gonna do some acid damage,
Okay.
and so that all those D8s that I rolled totaled 7.
7. Okay.
So I think it takes 7 acid damage.
Okay. Perfect.
And then for my bonus action, I'd like to spend 3 sorcery points.
Okay.
And I want to summon my Hound of Ill Omen, who I'm going to name Ifrit.
Okay. Cool.
Who's a good boy.
Roll
From
initiative for the
Indiegogo.
hound.
Okay. Good boy. He got a 5.
He got a 5. All right. With that, it can only move towards its target by the most direct route.
And I want it to target the troll.
Okay, so its target is the troll.
Ifrit, troll. Sick him.
Okay. So, all right. And if the troll is reduced to 0, the hound disappears too.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So it's not quite its turn yet, but you do have control over it, or you should. With that, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that is everything.
All right, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay, you're going down, big dude. Actually, not big dude, little dude. So I'm going to move down here 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to target Mind Flare with a 2nd level Ray of Sickness.
Ooh.
As I hold my little spellcasting book of creepy flesh and things out, and this ray of putrid, gaseous stuff
Mm-hmm.
shoots out at it to hit. Come on. I want to cry. I got a 9.
That does not hit it.
Okay. These things happen. But with my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cry, and that'll be my turn.
All right, that's the end of Friedrich's turn. Friedrich is now crying in the corner. With that, it's the green thing's go, and the green thing is going to go where it sees the most people currently, which is around in this corner over here. So it's going to take its 30 feet of movement, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it's going to get between you two, and it's going to go after Friedrich. And with that, does a... Let's see, and it is baned. Well, actually, I think Bane would have lost its concentration. You took 19 points of damage?
Yeah.
And stunned.
And
stunned.
So that attack is a 22 to hit on Friedrich.
That hits.
That hits. You're going to take on the first attack 5 points of slashing damage, as it's going to take one of its claws and slash right across your chest. And it's going to take its second attack. Does a 16 hit?
No, because I cast shield.
All right.
Action.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that first attack makes a deep little claw, and that next one tries to come, and it bounces off your shield. Now it is the Ifrit's turn.
So Ifrit is going to go straight towards this guy. And it's going to take a thwack at him with... it's going to try to bite him.
Okay.
It's going to chomp on him down. So let's roll. Does a 9 hit?
9 does not hit the ogre, so it's going to try and bite at it, and it's just going to miss.
Swing and a miss.
And is there anything else he would like to do on his turn?
Let's see. What else?
Did you roll a 9 on the die?
I did, yeah.
All right, so
it
that
yeah.
dire wolf sheet you sent me, double check, and it says bite plus 5 to hit.
Oh, so that would have been 14.
That would have been 14, so that would hit.
That was. I was reading that too, and I was like, I thought that was plus 5. Never mind. My brain didn't. Okay, because that's from the monster book.
Mm-hmm.
So that does hit?
That does hit. Roll your damage.
Who's gonna? What does bite take damage?
Roll that
2d6?
damage.
2d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Ooh.
And there's a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All
Things
right,
and
so I
stuff.
rolled an 8, so 8 plus 3 is 11. I had to
11?
count. Oh my god. I went to
Cool.
public school.
And he needs to make a strength saving throw, which is an 8, so he is knocked prone.
Ooh.
So
Good boy, Ifrit.
So Ifrit goes under, knocks his ankles out from under him, and it falls prone. With that, is there anything else he would like to do on his turn?
Nope, that is it.
All right, it is now the ogre's turn. He's going to use half his movement to stand up, and he is going to aim at the dire wolf. He's going to use his great club to try and basically take an overhead swing at it, and that is going to be a 14 to hit, which meets it, beats it.
Oh, yep.
So he takes 15 points of damage to the dire wolf.
Perfect.
And that is going to be its turn. It is now Kara's turn.
I don't want to hit Velphie. Could I hit the ogre and the mind flayer? Would that be within the 60 foot?
In a radius, isn't it? So I think you would still hit Velphie in that case.
I think it's just going to go after the ogre.
Okay.
Just try to hit the ogre because I don't want to move it into a spot where it's going to hit.
And that's a dex
Velphie.
save, right?
Yes.
For the ogre,
Let
it
me
fails.
double check. Okay. Let me just double. I want to make sure. Yep. Okay. 3d10. Well, one of those die was really good, and the other two were just meh. 15 damage.
15. Perfect. Is there anything else you'd like to do on Kara's turn? Already cast a spell. Kara doesn't have a lot of bonus actions that she could do.
a bonus action, poo a little. Yeah, there's not, because I haven't I haven't done that thing yet. That's it. Gonna stay right where she is right now.
Okay. And with that, Velphie, give me a saving throw to see if you can get out of that stun.
Okie dokie. That's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
That's a solid 0.
That's a solid 0. Okay.
Oh no.
All right, so you were still stunned. And
You're almost extra stunned.
And with that, Ruen is up.
Yep. I guess he's just gonna move 30 feet right there. And the only thing that I can do right now is Eldritch Blast the thing that's currently hexed, so I'm gonna keep going after the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Oh my god. I have one. Do I want to use that other? Because I had 2 inspirations. Am I using my other one already? Yeah, one of them's a miss.
Okay.
Because one of them's a 13.
One's a 13.
I would assume that misses.
13 misses, yes.
Okay. 15 is the other one.
15 just hits it.
Wait. Oh. That's I didn't know how to read a die. Both of them were 15s.
Okay, they both hit.
Sorry, I looked at the die and the dot was in the wrong place. Sometimes dice are confusing. Oh. At least I'm rolling high on damage right now. That's nice. That is 8. 17 plus 8 is 25. 33 damage between the two.
Okay. This Mind Flayer is holding on by just barely anything. Barely
And
anything.
I'm going to call out to it and be like, "This ends today, you piece of trash."
And with that, then I'll take someone with me. And it's going to grapple Velphie.
No!
Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
Velphie's going to take 46 points of damage.
What? Well. Okay.
What kind of damage? Does it matter?
Specifically piercing damage.
I don't think it matters.
And as Velphie starts to like crumple, its mouth is going to open. And it's going to put its mouth around Velphie's skull. And just stare at you, Ruen. As your friend is in its arms and its mouth is just wide open. And that's where it's going to end its turn. Shiela, you are now up.
Well, I see that, and I'm a little pissed. So I'm a cast a 3rd level Scorching Ray at it.
Okay.
First hit. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 hits.
30, 20? Okay. Roll
How would
for
you like to
damage
do
on
this?
that. So I'm going to see Velphie, its head in there, and I'm going to cast a Scorching Ray at it. I did 5 damage. and I'm going to just obliterate its head.
Its head's
no!
just gonna pop. And the jaw is just gonna come unhinged. And Velphie's gonna fall to the side. And this mind flayer is still standing there with like a burnt hole going through its face.
And then I'm going to cast the other 2 bolts at that stupid green rocket thing because it's just beating my friends up. It's not stupid. It's probably real nice. Dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 hits.
Okay. It's going to do 7 damage there.
7.
And then another dirty 20. Wow, I rolled 13 3 times in a row.
Nice. That hits.
And then I did 6 more damage.
6. Perfect.
Boo, boo, boo.
Nice. So yeah, these things are going to just go hit it, and they just realize that their master has been killed, and they're all turning towards y'all in the center. And with that, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. With that, Friedrich, you're up.
The mind flayer is exploded.
Exploded.
Velphie's down.
Velphie's down.
Let me read something real quick. I wasn't ready for this. Okay. Is this an action I have to use? Yeah, it's an action. I do need to.
Paro would probably say something to the effect of, I can get her back.
I'm gonna move around the green thing to right there. I'm assuming I'm still engaged with it, actually.
You're still engaged with it.
It shouldn't have been an attack. And I am going to use my healer feat.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot that you've got the healer kit.
1d6 plus 4, just because, I don't know, I'm thinking, Friedrich, if you just saw Velphie's face, his student grasp in the mandibles of a mind flayer, I don't think he would take any chances. 1d6 plus 10, I rolled a 6.
Nice.
So that's 10 points of healing to Velphie, who's now stabilized and healed, actually. So still prone, I believe, but conscious again.
Even with the extra hit points that we got from Heroes Feast, Velphie went night-night.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I took 19 and then I took 43.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that you took more damage.
19.
I forgot that you took damage earlier.
Again.
Yeah.
Forgot that you took more damage earlier.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Friedrich? Velphie's back up?
I don't really have bonus actions. So, no.
Well, with
that'll be my turn.
It's the green thing's turn, and the green thing sees you right in front of it and is going to attack you.
Bring it on, slime boy.
And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
Ha. Yes.
All right, that first one's going to be 5 points of slashing damage, and that next one is going to be 16 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be 4 points of slashing, so that is 9 points in total.
Okay.
All right, and it's just going to kind of like point its like claws to you as it sees you standing in front of it. And with that, it is its turn. It's now Ifrit's go.
Ifrit is going to roll to bite him.
Okay. Sounds good.
So does a 17 plus 5.
Yes, that hits. Roll your damage.
Okay. Thank God you didn't make me math. Wait, no, that's not damage. It's 2d6. Plus... I have 11.
11. All
Right.
right. 11 points. Sounds good. This thing is looking real bad.
Straight.
Thing is looking real bad. But with that, it is now the ogre's turn. And since the ogre and it are in a fussing match, it is going to try and attack the dog. And that is going to be a 16 to hit, which hits. And that is 12 points of damage, piercing damage to the direwolf. And that's going to be the ogre's turn. And with that, it is now Kara's turn.
Kara is going to, seeing that both the professor and Velphie have been beaten on, she's going to cast 60 feet. Okay, as her bonus action, she's going to cast Healing Spirit, which can occupy a space. So you kind of want to put it like right in, basically in between Velphie and the professor, and you see this cute little spectral badger appear as she casts Healing Spirit. Let me make sure I read the spell correctly. And I'm going to cast it at a 3rd level. And it's going to... Okay. Till the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you see moves into the space or starts its turn there, can cause the spirit to restore. It would be 2d6 hit points. For how long? So up to, what is their spell casting modifier? So 5 times you can heal for 2d6 hit points. So on your turn, whoever is in that spot gets 2d6 hit points back.
Okay. Nice. And anything else you want to do on Kara's turn?
Oh, wait. She can summon. I'm going to use one of her cards, going to make a wildfire spirit appear. So I have summoned it. So it is, yeah.
And you can control it.
Right there. Yep. It goes directly after me, but I have to use a bonus action to direct it, which I use the bonus action to try to heal Kara's friends.
Cool.
Or Kara's associates, because I don't know if they're friends.
With that, it's Velphie's turn. Velphie, the back of your head is wet. But you are back up. Yeah.
And
you're back up.
You regain 9 hit points at the beginning of your turn.
Sick. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Okie dokie.
You're back up. The back of your head's wet. There is a mind flayer with its jaws completely incapacitated next to you.
Well, this is disturbing. Okay. Well, Velphie is going to seeing that mind flayer is taken care of. There's 2 more baddies on the map. She's going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at level 3.
Ooh, okay.
And she's going to target the ogre.
Okay.
And the green guy.
Okay.
Star. They need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Intelligence saving throw. The ogre fails with a 0. And the other one failed with a 14.
Okay. So that's 3d6 of psychic damage. So that's 14 damage to both of them.
All right. How would you
14
like to
psychic
kill the
damage.
ogre?
So the ogre is one in front of Everett.
Yep.
So pretty much you're gonna see the ogre, the eyes, I don't know how many eyes they have, but the eyes are gonna roll back into its head, and it's just gonna go like perfectly still and then just fall over.
Nice. And as it falls over, so does Ifrit.
Bye.
Oh yeah, because Ifrit disappears when the thing is gone.
And the green thing looks like its eyes rolled back like the ogres, but came right back, and they're going back and forth very quickly. It is not doing good.
And I think as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Professor Friedrich.
Nice.
And that is it.
That is
That
it.
is my turn.
All right, Ruen, you're up.
Ruen is going to move right over here
Uh-huh.
because that's 25 feet. And I'm going to, since Professor Friedrich is assuming conscious right now, I'm going to make 2 attacks with my sword
Uh-huh.
and have advantage because, actually, bonus action, I'm going to Hexblade's Curse the thing.
Okay.
I don't know what shape it's in, but right now Ruen doesn't care that much. And make 2 attacks at advantage,
Okay.
I assume.
Uh-huh.
I assume because the professor is still my ally,
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes. For now.
That first one's a 13 to hit.
How do you want to do this?
Get it.
So it just takes its head, like not even, there's almost just glass over Ruen's eyes, and he just takes his head, but he's looking at the body of the mind flayer
Okay.
when he does it.
So as you do this, the green thing, it loses its head, it stands still for a moment, and then finally falls over. Everything.
And, before anybody does anything, Ruen is going straight to the mind flayer, and its head's coming off too. And he's just the sword, the shield is on his back, the sword is out, and he's just screaming, just going at this thing.
And with that, combat is over.
Is everyone okay? I say as I watch Ruen. I say it to everyone, but I'm looking at Ruen.
Well, I've seen better days, but I'm okay.
Velphie! You're okay.
Why is the back of my head wet?
You know, we'll tell you later. Is it
What?
possible that we could put the mind flare body on Monty and take it back with us? Possibly Specs, if you're up for it. See what makes these bad boys tick?
Meanwhile, there's
Yeah.
Ruen is still full.
There's nothing left of it.
I was just gonna turn and watch Ruen as I reply and say, I don't think there's gonna be much left to take back.
The head is left. The body is getting turned into
Oh my god.
I'm
Now
gonna
we
pick
eat
up
its
the head
brains.
and Witcher style it. I'm gonna tie it to my belt.
Are you okay?
Oh, he's fine. Just long day. Right, Ruen?
not even. I think at this point, Ruen has exhausted himself and is on his knees, staring at a bloody mess.
Sheila's gonna sink to her knees next to him. And just kind of sit there. Feels pretty good. Finally get that last hit.
Velphie, how are you? That was a close call. How's your head?
Well, again, it is moist, but I am alive.
I'm gonna sort of move my hand to the back of Velphie's head and just say, "May
Oh.
I?"
You gonna eat my brain too?
No, I just want to see what this stuff is.
I'd say the spectral badger is still there, by the way, next to you guys.
But wait, does that mean I can continue healing?
Yeah, it's up to 5 times. It's still sitting there. So if either one of you guys needs health, it's
You probably need it. I'm only missing 5 HP.
Oh god.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's
so
is it a roll every
9.
time?
I can roll the other four times if you need them. And
I mean, yeah, I have 19 out of 53.
so 9. So one of them was 9, and the other one was 8. So 17. 27 total. 28, 29. 31 total would be the other. So you would have gained 31 more hit points on top of what you healed for before.
That's a cool badger.
He's just a baby.
Oh, cool. I think that actually
And it-
just evened me out.
And then the badger waves as it disappears, because after it's done, it disappears.
I love how we always say goodbye to the animals.
Well, Kara, your spirit saved me, and I am forever grateful.
Well, can't have anybody dying anymore, right?
There's
Yeah.
our mind flayer, though, from yesterday. Or what's left of it.
So, question for the DM. It said that this was the same one as from Ruen's past by the sound of it, or was it?
By the sounds of it, but you don't know how many there
Okay.
were.
Okay.
Ruen, have you ever encountered one of these things before? And I'm just going to say because that looks personal.
I can't say for sure, but what little I remember is this is all I can remember. And it recognized me. I don't know if the one recognized me or if there were more in... Would I know outside of game? Would Ruen know about like the whole kind of structure of a mind flayer thing being
A hive mind?
right? But I'm like, I don't want to assume that I know that information where I know that information.
Ruen would not know that.
Okay, cool. Yes, it was personal.
Yeah, you made soup. Good soup.
And that, like, I think for the first time, Ruen looks down at himself and he's covered in like viscera.
Yeah, that was that pretty cathartic?
Yes.
Well,
And I think it would be pretty obvious that, like, right now, Ruen can't look at Velphie. And not because he doesn't want to, but because he's ashamed to look at her right now.
So, Velphie, I gotta know, like, what do you remember?
Well, I remember moving closer to the big ogre And then I was stunned after the mind flayer came over to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm trying to remember what happened.
remember,
Oh yeah,
like-
because you didn't come back from the stun before the mind flayer like
Mhm.
went
You
nom
remember-
nom.
Like dark tentacle hugs around your face.
You know, it's all a bit hazy.
Hmm.
There was a lot going on,
I mean,
but I will say that the overall feeling was very uncomfortable
okay.
and wet.
Yeah.
I know I like chopped up the mind flayer, but now that there's nothing left, can I do an investigation check to see if he had anything on him?
Sure.
I'll even
I
happily roll with disadvantage because he's all like diced up.
Just,
If you want
give
me to.
just a straight roll. I'd say you're pretty concentrated on it.
Can I go and harvest some organs from the sea foam green creature?
That's cocked.
Sure.
If there's anything left.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Not a hand.
16.
You
I rolled a
find
10.
with the 16, you find order member pins.
A lot of them?
3, 4,
Or
about 4.
and yeah, I would pull them out and just kind of be staring at them
With the
and without
I'm sorry, you go ahead.
And without saying anything else, Ruen would just kind of put him in his pouch in a pocket at somewhere.
Ruin's got pouches and pockets.
Pockets. Yeah, there's pockets somewhere.
And with a 10, what exactly are you trying to harvest?
Just kind of like different organs, see what I can sell potentially for like information, because
With a
Stuff.
10, you get a couple, but they're not very well cut.
okay, what about any teeth?
You wouldn't be able to get any teeth out unless you broke them with a 10.
Ugh. Okay, perfect.
Like shattered teeth.
And Ruen said that he left the head. Am I able to like Witcher style pick it up and tie it to the side of my belt? Or is the head smashed?
The head's fine, but with how Ruen mutilated it, you might want to ask Ruen before you touch it.
Ruen?
It's going back with us. I'll carry it. And he's still like looking through the mind flayer's like mass.
Deal. Won't even argue that. Because I want
Yeah.
information.
Well,
Well,
where to next?
I think we should go tell Golmac that this problem's taken care of.
yeah, about where's the sun in the sky right now? Or what time of day is it if it's overcast?
You could probably tell it's about 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we feel we could tackle the wheat field, or perhaps
I don't
That's
think
a
we'll get there
tomorrow
before
problem.
dark.
Yeah.
It's clear across the island.
we may not get there before dark, but that's when the beasties come out.
I like to live. Velphie would probably like a shower or something.
Be nice to clean up a little bit. Just
Yeah.
there's no
well,
pressure. No pressure.
We could also check on Arena to
Oriana?
see
uh,
Arena.
Oriana.
See just
See what state she's
Oriana.
in. Yeah. Well, it's like they
This-
say,
Yeah.
hate the flayer, hate the game. So, are we ready to go back?
Yes.
And Ruen in your head.
You got one of two. Control them. Wasn't expecting you to tackle it that quickly. Kinda left a little pink one on her own though, didn't you?
And there's like a sense of acknowledgement from Ruen, but he doesn't say a word.
All right, so we're heading back to the town.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna-
go.
Quickly turn Monty back into my staff of Python.
Would I be able to like take anything to just cover the mind flayer's head, so the townspeople don't have to look at a mind flayer's head? Like,
I
as
mean,
we're walking back into
Y'all
town.
have blankets, extra shirts, and things like that.
Yeah.
I have parchment.
Put a
Gift
piece of
wrap it.
paper over his face. It's fine.
We'll draw a little smiley face on it and put it over.
No, you gotta do the X.
I have an ink and quill. Ink bottle, quill,
So do I, yeah.
parchment.
I mean, that's something we can take care of when we get back, but just so it's not, I'm sure they don't want to see the thing. They might want to see the thing because it's dead, but
It's a good point. Will it scare them or will it provide comfort knowing that it's dead? I don't know. I like your idea of protecting them from it.
Yeah, I think covering it is a smart idea.
I mean, I guess we could
These
take
are
it to the
farmers.
we could also take it to the infirmary when we get back, because that would be away from other people's eyes. Kara, how many people go into the infirmary? Is it just you?
It's mainly just
And,
me.
okay. You did really well out there, by the way, for somebody who didn't want to be here.
Thanks. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Understandably so.
You get used to
That's normally
I don't want to
everybody's
get
first
used
reaction.
to it.
No,
We
I
don't want you to
want
get
you to-
used to it either.
Jinx.
I don't want to go to bed now.
That's why we're here.
You've worked on
bed.
a farm. You had to have seen some morbid things in your time, right?
There's a difference between morbid, and she's gonna point to the head, and that.
Fair point.
Should we see if we can find the other order members? Or do we just want to head back?
Well, and I think Ruen would kind of like reach into his pocket at that point and just be like, and he's holding however many order pins. I think it found them.
Okay.
We didn't see Ruen find those, did we? I'm assuming we didn't. No. Yeah, that's a safe assumption.
So home, and then I don't want to go back out.
We won't make you do anything.
We
you don't
won't.
wanna
Yeah,
do.
we won't make you. We appreciate everything that you did.
Yes, you did
Don't.
save us.
We would
today.
not have. We would not have all made it back.
Yo,
If you hadn't been there.
Yes.
fine.
Trust me.
Meow.
Last time,
Well, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go home.
Let's go have
And
a
she
drink.
looks
See,
like
over
she's about to
there.
puke.
oh,
I don't have anything that might.
Ruen like takes off like if I'm wearing like a cloak or something and just kind of covers the head of the mind flayer so she doesn't have to look at it, like to give her any sort of like peace of mind, to maybe hold back a little bit of the puke. But if she pukes, it's understandable.
Gonna wild shape into a squirrel, and then just
Oh.
crawl up on Sheila's shoulder and just sit there.
yeah.
And you just hear the from
That
her.
was a very good squirrel noise.
That was a pretty good squirrel noise.
Do squirrels actually sound like that?
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
antsy. They
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's this weird chittering noise.
And with that, you guys have defeated the Mind Flayer and his thralls in the orchard side of the field.
The day is
One
saved.
side? Yay!
The
Yay.
orchards, yeah.
Is it like quartered, half, third? Like what size of this farm are we looking at?
Yeah, this is one side of it.
Okay, that's a good answer.
That's about as good of an answer as
But we just know of 2 areas that
There
are
two areas.
particularly under threat.
But with that, that is where we're going to call today's session.
Huzzah!
Sounds like next time y'all will be taking on the wheat field.
Yes.
Let's go. Good
Harvest
call,
time.
Specs. Thanks for having us go back.
And-
Go.
and we haven't even had to break into our rations because the only meal that we ate was a hero's feast.
Yay.
Yeah. I
That's
was
a
thinking
good thing
about
we
that.
had it because
Yeah.
I think was Velphie the only one that took damage?
Friedrich took damage too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, Ruen
Sliced
got
up a
to
little bit.
Ruen got to stay 120 feet away for most of the.
I can tank for you guys. Don't worry.
That bard tank.
Do you even bard?
Barbarian.
Do you even bored, bro?